The Squid Game is still going on, so if you binge watched it on Netflix and are still having nightmares, you should probably get ready for more sleepless nights. You would have to be living under a rock in the second half of 2021 to miss the absolute phenomenon that was Squid Game, a Korean series on Netflix. Exactly 456 cash-strapped participants sign up for the opportunity to win enough money to completely change their lives. They're taken to a mysterious facility where they compete in a series of childhood games, but these aren't your typical schoolyard games. With $38 million hanging over the contestants' heads, their lives on the line, and only one possible winner, the games transform into a high-stakes arena of survival of the fittest.
Oh, look at that. Forgot I had another one here.
Ji-hun, Se-byuk, and Sang-woo are the three survivors after conquering the 5 terrifying and life-threatening trials. Ji-hun now cares about Se-byuk and has developed a greater sense of empathy. Sang-woo, however, is not on the same page. Following the celebratory dinner for the three, Se-byuk, who was already hurt during the glass bridge game, is stabbed by Sang-woo, who, as we've learned, will do whatever it takes to win. As an outcome, Se-byuk loses her life. Remember that the series began with a young Ji-hun and Sang-woo competing in an actual Squid Game? This leaves the childhood friends to square off in the eponymous final game, the Squid Game. Everything comes full circle, pun intended, because the circle is the least powerful elemental hierarchy of the red suit's circle, square, triangle tier of responsibility, as children are. Ji-hun asks Sang-woo to join him in quitting after a lot of back and forths in which both men are hurt. If they both quit, the game masters would be forced to let them both go bankrupt but free. Instead, Sang-woo stabs himself in the neck. That makes a heartbroken Ji-hun the only survivor and winner. The scene ends with Ji-hun telling his daughter over the phone that he's going to the airport to see her. He hears the recognizable sound of tok, which is the sound of a jockey hitting the cold station floor. Just as he's about to board the subway, Ji-hun cannot bear living in a world where games are still being played and vows to find out who else is behind the game and put an end to it. Unquestionably, one of Netflix's most highly anticipated releases is Squid Game Season 2. The Korean phenomenon was the center of attention when it made its debut, and despite taking more than 10 years to reach our screens, a second season was approved 9 months after the first. In June, Netflix announced that it had renewed the well-liked show for a second season by sharing a message from Hwang Dong-hyuk, the show's creator, who said that a whole new round is coming. The Squid Game on Netflix was first brought to our attention in 2019. After that, it took another 2 years to wrap up filming and production, so it's likely that a second season won't air until 2023 or at least 2024. At the time, Dong-hyuk stated that he had 3 pages of ideas and that there would undoubtedly be more games. Those games are going to put humanity to test once more, he said. In a different interview, he added that he intended to complete the second season's writing by the end of 2022. Don't anticipate seeing too many familiar faces in the upcoming Season 2 of the Squid Game given the nature of the game itself. All but one of the 456 competitors in the first season passed away. Seong Ji-hun, who survived the game and was tempted to return after witnessing another player being recruited for the Mega Millions live death game, is the only one we can be sure will return. With the exception of Lee, the rest of the cast is essentially in question because almost everyone has already passed away. The announcement of its second season confirmed the return of the frontman, while also hinting at the return of the man in the suit with the jockey.
Cho Sung-woo, yes, he's my son, sir.
Do you know where your son happens to be now?
On business in the United States.
It also hinted at young boyfriend He's Heo-soo's debut, but made no confirmation. Former competitors such as actors Park Hae-soo, Yeong-su, and Hyun might make an appearance, but only in flashbacks as Ji-hun retakes the games, in honor of his lost friends. Gong-yoo is another significant name that fans would welcome back. Fans particularly enjoyed Gong's prominent cameo, which also paves the way for a potential sequel for his persona. Before we go any further, we wanted to let you know that it's time for you to smash that like button if you haven't done it already. After all, he must be out there somewhere still recruiting new participants to die in the game, so it wouldn't be difficult to bring Gong's character back in Season 2. Elsewhere, let's just hope any returning VIPs do a better job this time. When Season 1 debuted, many fans criticized the Western cast performance as the evil, decadent men who watch these games unfold from behind the scenes. The conclusion of Squid Game Season 1 left the door open for a sequel, though many wondered if the setup would be drastically different and less focused on the actual game. Ji-hun, the sole surviving protagonist, appears to prefer taking down the organization behind Squid Game, over moving on with his daughter, and it's unlikely he'd willingly participate in the game again even if lured by Squid Game's resident recruiter. However, dystopian organizations like this will always find a way to force compliance, so perhaps Ji-hun's daughter will be used to lure him back into the game. Nam, the complex in-universe creator of Squid Game, appears to be dead as well, which may lead to an even less fair game than before. One complication is the impossibility of him ever sneaking into anywhere undetected with that mop of flame red hair. In the final episode, Ji-hun dyed his naturally blank hair bright red for unspecified reasons. While you may believe it's unimportant, Hwang Dong-hyuk disagrees. It represents that he'll never be able to go back to his old self. It's also a sign of his rage, he told. Dong-hyuk reveals more details about Squid Game Season 2, explaining that it'll not be a response to fan reactions, but rather a natural progression from where things left off in Season 1. He says that by the end of Season 1, Ji-hun is a very different person, and that Season 2 will be about what that new Ji-hun is going to do and how things will unfold with this new kind of character. He also gave some additional details regarding what Squid Game Season 2 might hold in store for viewers. The 1-minute clip connects the mystery man to Jun First-ho's appearance in Episode 2. A quick reminder, because Jun-ho was avoiding her calls, his mother sent him to his brother's dorm to see how he was doing. The brother hadn't visited the dorm in a week or paid his rent, and there were 2 dead goldfish in a bowl in his room, which was concerning. In the new video, the front man enters the dorm and places a pair of live fish in the bowl. The camera first focuses on the bowl and bag before revealing the front man's face and him gazing at the fish. The deleted scene is vague and brief, but it had been included in Season 1. It would have contributed to the identity reveal, confirming that the frontman and the investigating cop were brothers. In addition, Jun-ho's investigation began because he suspected his brother had become a player in the game. That kind of scrutiny and attention is the reason people became obsessed with the show in the first place, which raises the question of why Hwang has revealed the clip now when it explains such a minor detail. It also raises a number of questions about the frontman's setup and participation in the game. And because of this, you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. Squid Game continues to connect with viewers for being so much more than a thriller series about survival games, as the show reveals how hopelessness can break down humanity and whether humans are decent at their core. Since Squid Game is such a new, well-produced show that feels different, viewers wonder how Season 2 will exceed the first. No matter when Squid Game Season 2 debuts, it'll be worth the wait. See you in the next video.